Hi everyone, welcome to Collective Guidance Tarot. So in this reading, I'll be asking the question, did Meghan Markle bully the palace staff? So a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a reading on whether Meghan Markle was ever pregnant. I'm not going to do a reading on that. I don't think that is a good idea. That is just something that I won't do, because even if she used a surrogate, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So yeah, the only thing that is wrong about that is the fact that she wasn't honest about that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with using a surrogate. And if any of you out there are thinking about using a surrogate, yeah, go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with that. I won't look into sort of her fertility issues. That is not my place. But I am going to do a reading on the palace bullying allegations. So yeah, and sort of see what happened. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be using the archetypal cards as well as tarot cards. So thank you guys for watching. Let us begin. And also, one of you asked if I could show myself shuffling, which is hard because of how my camera is positioned, but I'm gonna try regardless. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a reading on that. I don't feel I don't think that is a good idea. The first card that I pulled out, the medallion, I've literally been pulling this card a lot for myself, like a lot. So the medallion is like a prize. The self in reverse. So the self in reverse, I think that's the card. Those are the cards that I'm going to use. The medallion and the self in reverse. So the self in the upright is, being aligned with yourself, sort of, that confidence, being aligned within yourself, within your spiritual truth. But in reverse, this card can symbolize someone who's narcissistic, someone who has a narcissistic nature. So that's like the main energy of the reading, someone who's narcissistic, because the self card is in reverse. Someone who's cruel, someone who's narcissistic, basically someone who's operating from their shadow self, the shadow self of the self. Yeah, the shadow side of the self. Does that make sense? Yeah, so this is someone who's basically operating from their shadow self. This is someone who can be cruel, critical, highly critical of others, someone who thinks they're better than others. But in the upright, the self can be someone who is kind, someone who's considerate of others, someone who's in alignment with basically others, because we are all connected, right? We are all connected. Everything is connected. So this is someone who feels like they're different from others, someone who feels like, they are special, they are more special than others. So the medallion card, the medallion is sort of like the prize. The medallion card is, the prize, like something that sort of like a trophy, something that you wear as a trophy. So I don't know what that means in terms of this situation, but I'm going to sort of pull tarot cards to sort of get the energy on what's going on here. But the medallion is sort of like, the prize that, like sort of like an inheritance, the prize, inheriting something, sort of like that thing that you wear to, it's like jewelry that you wear as a form of protection. It can mean different things. Jewelry that you wear as a form of protection, jewelry that you wear as a prize and inheritance. So yeah, so I'm going to pull tarot cards to sort of see what's going on here. So yeah, maybe the tarot cards would sort of give us an idea of what's happening. Yeah, the Page of Cups. Okay, maybe the price is this Page of Cups, and also already we know that the Page of Cups is Prince Harry, because on the other previous readings that I've done, he always comes out as the Page of Cups. So maybe Meghan Markle feels like, he's sort of like an inheritance, like the prize that she wears. Oh, now I get it. So Prince Harry is like the prize that she wears, as sort of like a badge of honor. That's the prize that she gained. So okay, the Page of Cups. What else? The Judgment in reverse. Okay, so I'm getting the energy that while she was at the palace, while she was staying with the royal family, she didn't really want to be judged. This is someone who she didn't really want to be judged. She didn't want to be given advice. She didn't want to be told what to do. She didn't want to be guided. She felt like she knew what she was doing, and she was not going to listen to those who below her, because the judgment in the upright is you receiving sort of guidance. So in reverse, it's telling me that she's someone who didn't want to be told anything. She didn't even want to listen to the aides, the people that were supposed to help her out. And also I'm getting the energy that there was maybe lack of self-awareness on her side. Maybe there was malicious gossip. She would gossip about one staff member to the other. Yeah, basically no self-awareness, someone who does not want to take lessons, someone who does not want to be guided, someone who blames others unfairly. All these stuff, they would sort of like gossip about her amongst each other, about how unfair she would treat them. Or she was doing that, she would sort of go to one staff member and talk about this one, how bad this one was performing, sort of creating chaos. So I'm going to ask the direct question. Did she like, bully the staff members? Did she bully them? Yes, she did bully them. The answer is yes. She did bully them, because the three of swords, I'm getting the energy that there was sort of like a third party, that sort of, that whole triangle where you have the victim, the perpetrator, and the rescuer. So Meghan would always appear, she would always present herself as a victim, and sort of Harry was sort of like I think her rescuer, and the perpetrator would be the staff members. So she did bully them, but I'm also getting this malicious gossip is she would go to Prince Harry and sort of flip things around and say, no, the palace staff are not listening to me. She sort of created that triangle where it's just care, that triangle that narcissistic people create, where they gossip about one person to the other. But I'm getting the energy that she would go to this Page of Cups, which we already confirmed that is Prince Harry. Should go to him and say, yeah, they're unfairly judging me, they won't listen to me. Should sort of go to him and give him, false reports about what was going on. So how does Prince Harry feel about all of this? The eight of wands, sorry, the 7 of cups, sorry, what's wrong with me? It's like I'm getting a brain freeze or something. So yeah, the Page of Cups. So Harry felt like they had to walk away from the palace. As you can see, he's walking away from the cup. So these cups represent everything that he loves, because cups can mean love, family. So he felt like he had to walk away from these bullying allegations, because I'm getting the energy that everything stems from the bullying allegations. This was sort of like the thing, like the tipping point, something that forced them to sort of move away from the royal family. So she felt like the palace was siding with the staff, although the staff members felt like they were not being supported. But behind the scenes, there were talks with, I'm getting this judgment energy, is that there were talks where they were sort of trying to get Meghan to sort of apologize to the staff before this was even reported in the news. But the palace members felt like they were not being supported. But what they don't know is that behind the scenes, there were talks to sort of try and get Meghan to sort of come down. And Harry felt like the only solution to this is for him to sort of walk away. So are these palace staff going to ever come out and tell their stories? Are they going to come out and expose their truth? The death card, are they going to no? I'm getting a huge no with the death card, because I'm getting the energy that some of them just want the situation to end. With the death card, some of them see the situation as something that they want to leave in the past. Some of them are scared of coming forward and telling their stories, because they feel like they are small in comparison to Meghan Markle with the self archetype card in reverse, because this is someone who can be cruel. So some of them feel like they don't stand a chance, even if they chose to come forward and tell their stories. They feel like things would be spun around, and there's actually no point. Some of them just want to put an end to all of this and sort of move on from everything. They want to move on from everything that happened, because I'm also getting the energy that some of them fear that they might be misrepresented in the media. And also I'm getting that the staff members, some of them are mostly like white, and they fear that if they were to come forward, Meghan would sort of spin the whole thing. Her PR machine would spin the whole thing and say that they were actually being racist and whatever. They would use the racist card. The recent allegations with the race has sort of made other people back off, because they don't want to lose future job opportunities because of being labeled as racist and stuff. So some of them are not going to come out. So there's a much older woman who was working, because I'm getting the energy that some of them are young, some of the palace staff are young. There's one much older woman who she sort of understands how how Meghan would sort of spin the whole story to make herself look good, and she's not going to risk doing this. But I'm getting the feeling that with the young staff members, as time goes on, some of them might actually consider like telling their story. They're sort of going to wait for people to see Meghan for who she is before they can come forward and comment on the allegations. Because you also need to understand that Meghan has fans. She has a lot of people that are like supporting her, even huge celebrities. So a lot of them don't want to be painted with a negative brush, because as you know that anyone who publicly criticizes Meghan, they either lose their jobs or they get cancelled. So they don't want to risk putting their names out there. But I'm getting that with the young staff members, some of them are going to consider coming out. They know that Meghan has a lot of illusions. They know that Meghan can paint a lot of illusions. She's sort of like a magician, someone who has a lot of tricks in her pocket. They know that if they say something, she can sort of spin it around and say, no, this is not how it happened, and she holds more power than them. So it won't be anytime soon. Like, they won't come out and expose her anytime soon, because a lot of them fear her power. Because whether we like it or not, she does have the power. She is surrounded by powerful people in Hollywood. The Two of Cups. So this is an equal give and take. Remember, I said that they feel like they won't be well represented in the media. It won't really benefit them to sort of come out and tell their stories. People think that's how things are going to be like, but it won't, because Meghan Markle has a huge PR team working for her. So remember, I said that some of them want to put this situation at rest. Some of them want to walk away. Why? Because with the Six of Swords, this is a situation that brought in a lot of pain for them. Some of them are still recovering from, what happened. Some of them are still recovering from, how Meghan Markle made them feel when they were working for the palace. So I highly, highly doubt that they're going to risk, coming forward with, the allegations, because they know how, most people who come forward and, complain about her, how they lose their jobs. So they're not going to do that. Some of them just want to walk away, because this situation brought in a lot of pain for them. They feel defeated. They feel like, there's no point in, sort of coming back, and they just want to allow healing to take place and move to calmer waters. Some of them might have new jobs, and that's what they want to focus on, and they believe that coming forward is going to create a lot of controversy. It might actually not only affect them, but affect their families. So I doubt that these victims are going to come out and tell their stories, because Meghan Markle is like the biggest victim at the moment, so you can't really compete with her, because she's like the new biggest victim in the world right now. So they don't want to risk, the peace that they're trying to find, the healing, because a lot of them are going for therapy, because of how she made them feel. So they wouldn't want to, risk coming forward. The High Priestess. The High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess is someone in the upright. This can be someone who is, kind, spiritual, sort of connected to the divine. However, in reverse, this is someone who they have, they desire a lot of okay, guys, I don't know if I should say this, right? But remember at the beginning I said that I'm not going to talk about her fertility issues. The High Priestess is someone that has fertility issues, and maybe some of the staff members here know. There's one remember that older staff member that I spoke about? Someone knows about her fertility issues. So I'm not going to talk about that, but because I did say I was not going to talk about it, but she does have fertility issues, and I'm getting the energy that some of the conflict, a staff member, a much older staff member, knows about these fertility issues, and there's the palace knows. They know the fact that she knows, and she will never come out and sort of speak, because not only you guys need to understand that the whole fertility thing is not only a bad look on Meghan Markle, it's also a bad look on the palace. That's why they protected her in the first place, because they didn't want to look bad. And someone here was dismissed unfairly because she knew something about the fertility issues. So with the Five of Cups, this is someone who is moving on, this older woman, because it's in reverse. This is someone who's moving on, because in the upright it's someone who doesn't want to move on. So this older woman, she was unfairly dismissed. She has put this whole thing in the past, because there's literally a lot going on here that a lot of people don't know about. Someone knows about the fertility issues. One of the staff members knows about the fertility issues, and she's a much older royal staff. She knows so much. That's why she was dismissed. With the chariot in reverse, she feels like this older staff member feels like Meghan has no she has like lack of self-control, no self-awareness and stuff. But for her, she feels like this staff member, she also feels like she's sort of powerless in this whole thing. She feels powerless. She feels like she doesn't really have the power to, sort of come forward. She feels oppressed, but she knows a lot. So I'm just going to end the reading here, guys. Are they going to come out? No, you will never see that unless something really like unless Meghan Markle gets like exposed by someone big, like much more powerful people, then you also see other people coming forward to expose it. But now it's not going to happen. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this reading was clear. So yeah, guys, thank you for the support. Bye.